Okay, it's the 13th of January. It's the afternoon on Saturday. Winds are howling. The cold air will be coming through tomorrow, especially, and it's going to lead to some squall action, almost like a thunderstorm line coming through at times, and can with the wind and the cold air flowing in and the snow coming down, will almost look like a blizzard in some areas. Whoever gets it, and you should just drive very carefully or pull over while it goes through because it won't last long. It's like 20 minutes, like a thunderstorm. It comes through and gone, and it's over with. So there's no need to worry that it's going to get stuck or anything like that. It's just better just to pull over and let it go through. And that's the Arctic front coming through and bringing cold air. Now, right now, this is the way we look, and here's your below zeros. I mean, there's some areas up here 45 below zero, and very cold air, and this takes you to tomorrow, and you can see here's your Arctic air coming in here. It's really getting colder, closer to the coast, and it's going to break out. You'll see these squall lines come through, and then as we go into the overnight hours, it gets very cold in Pennsylvania. And you can see up here some below zero temperatures up in here, and this cold air just streaming in. Now, the storm that was coming this way is going to be right along this frontier on Tuesday. Um, but the problem with it is, at least I told you yesterday, it can go two ways. It doesn't look like the cold air and all will phase into the storm enough to make it a big coastal storm. What it's trying to do now is be a low pressure system, but not be the big snowstorm that everybody was hoping for. There's still some people out there still saying we're going to get heavy snow. I just don't see it right now. I think it's the plan A, where it comes up and it snows moderately to light at the most in eastern PA. But what happens is this goes through, it will pull the cold air back around again. Now this is as the low comes up. This is Tuesday, and you can see cold temperatures here, but the low doesn't is this isn't transferring into the low. And so what happens is it goes by, and then the cold air comes back in, and you can see it all over the place here on Wednesday. And what's going to happen later on in the week? Another low is going to come down and around, this time a little bit lower, and it's going to come up the coast. And I think that Friday, Saturday time period is when, if we're going to get a good one, that one looks like it's lining up. And I don't think there's a plan A and a plan B. I just think it's just a pretty good snowstorm for the I-95 corridor. All right, so let's look at this situation tomorrow. Now, you can see here, this is tomorrow morning around 7 a.m. The cold air is coming in. These are the snow bands up here, which has caused the cancellation of the Buffalo Bill game with the Steelers. I thought the game was Saturday. Somebody corrected me, and they're right. Um, I really don't follow that many, all the teams, just certain teams I follow. But anyway, they canceled this game, or moved this game. They didn't cancel, they postponed it, and it'll be played Monday, from what I understand. And I think on Monday there'll be less of a chance of this heavy snow is coming through. But this is your cold air coming in. It's hitting the Allegheny Mountains as it comes across, and then what happens is this cold, and you can see it. These are bands of heavy snow, almost like thunderstorms. It's an Arctic front coming through, and this is the band of snow that's going to hinder the game. What would have been tomorrow, and it's very heavy. They're saying 7 inches, I think more than that. But as you can see, as the day moves on, morning moves on, we're around. Let's see here, we're around 10 o'clock, and you can see these bands are pretty strong. I mean, it's heavy snow underneath here when it comes through, maybe half an inch to an inch. But the wind will be blowing. It'll coming down hard, just like a thunderstorm would. And this takes you to, this is around 11 o'clock, and they're starting to stretch off in here into the lower Pocono area, and they're still coming across the state. And then as it gets to the east, they kind of line up a little bit better here, almost like a front, that way a front should, like a thunderstorm line. This is around, let's see, this is around 12 o'clock, and they move into, and then they start to cross into eastern PA around 1. and you can see pretty heavy, and especially in the southern Poconos there. This Pike County up here, you seem like you get a lot. You might get a pretty good, and what I would just suggest, if you're on 84, 80, 81, or anything like 78, whatever, and one of these comes, just pull over. It's not going to last forever. It's better than ending up in a 34 car pileup. This takes us more into the afternoon. This takes us to around 2 o'clock, and you can see even down to Philly, this comes through, and then into New Jersey. And you can see a pretty good line coming through New Jersey. And again, quick hit, bang, and whiteout conditions, and then it's gone. And then this is around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's clear. And all that's left is the squalls off the lakes up here late in the day on Sunday. And you can see how they kind of wobble back and forth as we go through the nighttime hours. But as you get into Monday, you still got some snow. But late in the afternoon, it kind of lets up a little bit up in the Buffalo area. That's why they can get the game in there at that point in time. Okay, that's kind of what's going on there. Total snow. Again, these are the snow bands up here. Um, and this is a little bit of snow down here from the front coming through. And this is, you can see it's not much here. I think this is filled in down here in Jersey. This doesn't cover it all, but you can see it's just a light amount of snow. It's banding up here maybe a little bit more, but overall it's just a light, fluffy snow that comes through, not a heavy wet snow. But it's going to come down so hard, so quick, and be out of Dodge just like a summer thunderstorm. But when you throw in the wind and everything, it may make it very difficult to see, and visibility will be down. And I can't stress enough to get off the highways when one of those comes through, or just pull over safely somewhere when one of them comes through. It won't last long, and then you can continue on your trip. Okay, so that's what's going on there. As for Tuesday, okay, so quick and to the point. The low doesn't look like it phases off the coast right now. Some models do show it phasing a little bit, but most of the heavier precipitation is a little further back. Um, right now, I feel comfortable in making this call, which basically shows a little over an inch all the way through New Jersey, through Philly, and then on up into the Poconos right now, in northern New Jersey, kind of in the Rip-Off area right now. So during the week, there will be some squalls and some flurries and things coming through. So that's why some of these numbers here. Um, but as we get into the Friday period, you can look down here. Again, the cold air will be in place, something we're just getting into now, which all the models, some of the models were pointing that would phase and make a big storm. I don't think that happens the way we want it to happen. I think it doesn't happen, but I think the one that towards the weekend, that has the cold air already in place, and that has the best chance to survive and do what it has to do. And if it does, this would be late Friday afternoon. This would be during the night on Friday night. Or did I say Saturday afternoon? This is going to be late Friday afternoon, and then this takes you into Friday night, and then this is what you're left with on Saturday. Again, might be a little high in the numbers, but with the cold air in place, you have fluffier snow, and it doesn't take as much moisture to accumulate. So I will keep an eye on this one. This looks like it has its best chance. We'll watch the Tuesday storm to see if it changes, but right now it doesn't look that way. And all I can say is tomorrow, when you see those squall lines come through, um, pull over. Don't try to drive through it. Don't become a statistic. All right, this is Fred. You take it easy, and you please be safe out there.